And welcome back to another edition of Miami Cycling. Today we have Rosewood Series 1 Race 3. This race is at Central Broward Park. I have never raced this circuit before, and I don't think many of the other guys in this race have raced it before either. I know I liked it. I heard from a couple other guys that I'm friendly with at these races say that they really enjoyed it too. It's quite different from some of the other races because it's basically just an oval. There's absolutely no reason to stop pedaling at all during this race unless someone in front of you slows down or you're blocked or there's a crash. Otherwise, this is full gas most of the way. It ended up getting hard in certain parts because it was just you had to pedal as hard as you could just to stay up with everybody because everybody was surging, everybody was going really fast. But then there were some parts where everybody just sat up and we were barely pedaling at all. There were a lot of attacks today. A lot of people went up the road. You can see here I got up the road with a couple of guys in the first couple laps here. Wasn't really my intention to start the race. It just kind of happened. I was in the front and kind of off the front a little bit, and a guy came charging by me here. This is I think Waldo Racing behind me. I believe they race out of Fort Myers or Naples or something like that. I don't really see them too often in the Cat 4-5 races down at El Eco or over at Piccolo, but maybe this race is easy for them to get to, just coming across 75. But anyway, I'll just take you through the first lap here and show you. There's a big soccer stadium on the left here. I had no idea that this even existed. And as we come around the soccer stadium, we go over this kind of brick part of the road, which didn't really affect the riding too much, but it was just kind of neat. It's kind of a change of scenery for us and a change of what we ride on. So it was kind of cool to get maybe a little mini Roubaix effect going across it, but it didn't really affect anything. We just pedaled right over it. Coming through here in the straightaway here. This is where we would finish the race. Coming through here. Not going to be able to see a lot on the right because I have this rear view camera, but our team tent was set here on the right, and most of the other team tents were set up here on the right. So you can see here we were joined by another guy. He bridged across, and the rest of this breakaway lasts maybe another lap before the peloton comes up behind us. I'm going to go ahead and start skipping through the race as I usually do. I hope everybody enjoys the video today. And unfortunately, you can see here we are in lap 2 or 3 right now, and breakaway caught. Just gonna give you a little view of the field here. Maybe I'm not sure. Just remembering this race, if I ended up falling back a little bit here, but I think I was actually in the front for quite a bit to start this race. I think I always race a little bit better if I just try to stay active in the race and not necessarily try and make things happen, but just stay involved and keep sharp and don't lose concentration and things. So yeah, there's a little bit of a field. I think we had 43 riders or something like that today. It was not a huge field, but it was a decent sized field. Like I said, it was fast. It was good. A lot of good racers in the race today. So it was a lot of fun. And with that, I'm going to skip ahead. There's a few more key moments of the race I want to call out before I end the video and talk a little bit about what happened in the ladies' race. I'm going to give a shout out to the kid in the rear view camera. His dad's super cool. He always comes by and chops it up before the race. I forget this kid's name, or maybe I never even was told it, and I'm also horrible with names, so my mistake, but he's 12 years old, and he races with us almost every race. He's one of Steve's kids at Top Step. Again, if you're a junior or you're under 18 and you want to learn how to race your bicycle, go hit up Steve at Top Step. He is so good with these kids. And for everybody else in our race, if he passes the finish line before you, you got dropped by a 12-year-old. So you can go home with that one. All right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and keep skipping ahead, but I just wanted to throw that anecdote in there. So right now we're about 1/3 of the way through the race, and it slowed down a little bit, so I decided to throw an attack down and see if maybe we could get a little breakaway going, but absolutely nobody follows me, so I don't go back to the peloton. My coach Sebas kind of gave me a little finger wag last week for giving up on a breakaway a little too early in the race, so I kept pedaling steady. I just didn't go full gas, and I wouldn't say that I was killing myself, but I wasn't taking it too easy, but it's definitely just keeping maybe a steady tempo out here until the peloton caught up. I knew I wasn't going to be able to make this alone, but I wasn't going to go give this away for free either. So that was this little move, and I'm going to go ahead and wait until I get caught here, which is happening very shortly. Actually, this guy's blazing by me. I should have noticed this and maybe tried to stay with him, but he was coming by me way too fast. Anyway, the peloton's charging after him, so I guess they saw him as a threat, and there I am, back in a bunch again.
Get off the fucking course! Oh! What are you doing, idiot?
Sorry for the language there, but you have to be a complete idiot to either not know that there's a bike race going on, or you do know that there's a bike race is going on and you're just wandering around like a moron like that guy just was on the course. And not only was he there, but he was still on the course when we came around again. Must be something with the movie star kits. I don't know. Right here I sensed some danger. I was behind Johnny, and then all of a sudden I just see this huge gap coming up, and we're flying right now. And I'm like, uh-oh. So I tell Johnny to get on my wheel. I'm thinking with the way this race is going today, it's either being won in a breakaway or it's being won in a sprint. If it's going to be won in a sprint, we want Johnny up there to try and take the sprint. He's really been working hard on getting the power numbers. So that guy, did you see that? That guy almost looked like he almost crashed his bike. But anyway, got Johnny on my wheel, tried to get him out of danger, tried to encourage him to just get a little further forward in the race, because we were at a point where race is almost over, 9 kilometers left, so that's probably, I don't know, 10 minutes tops. So I just gave him some encouragement just to say, look, you got to stay closer to the front if you're going to be part of this sprint. But it started getting really, really hard at this point. There's a lot of attacks. People are riding hard. You can see it's starting to break apart in the front. The race ended up staying together for the most part, but I believe the series leader ended up attacking, and I'll show you that part of the video because I tried to go with him and I just missed it. I mistimed it, and I think he ended up winning from that move. So I'll skip ahead and show you that part as soon as I'm done right here. And here's the part I'm talking about. The series leader attacks off the front. You probably can't see it too well, but someone's going up the road there, and I think it's him. And I try and follow, but you can see they get a huge gap. And I put over 1,000 watts to try and get free here, and I just really had a hard time making the connection here. Maybe I was a little tired from burning a few matches earlier, but I'm trying my best to get across. Didn't see this guy coming behind me. I could have used his wheel. Just not good execution on my part, and honestly there's such a short period of time left in this race. This was my race for me. I needed to get up here and I needed to make it across, and I just failed. And by the time I ended up back in the bunch, I was just struggling to hold on to the back because it got really fast and there was no way to move up. But you know, this was the race for me right here, and this is my failure right here, is not bridging across to this. And I'm pretty sure the series leaders in that group right there, and I don't know, I don't think all three of them stayed away, but he definitely did. And this was my opportunity for the race today, and I blew that, and I blew my chance to help Johnny in the sprint in that process too. So kind of shitty by me, but That's bike racing, and that's the way it goes. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead to the end. I think Johnny might have a little bit better footage to see of the sprint as usual, because that's what he was going for. I haven't really had a chance to watch it yet, but I will be watching it for the first time with you guys. So stay tuned. All right, here's the sequence. The bell lap just got rung, and Johnny's got decent position right here with less than a lap to go. Again, I think these riders that I alluded to are still up the road somewhere, but they're not too far up the road, but far enough up the road, and everybody's getting ready to make the catch and to do the sprint. I like the way Johnny started this lap in good position. I'm not gonna break down where he goes wrong. I'm just gonna let this play out. But towards the end, keep an eye out for green jersey. He's got his hands in the drops and starts throwing some shoulders and elbows and pushing a little bit. I don't know, no problem with the shoulder bumping and everything. That's bike racing. Not sure how I feel about him taking his hand off the bars to push another rider so close to the sprint. But anyway, check it out. Yeah, so you know what? I don't really have a problem with what this guy is doing. Gave a little nudge to the hip to let him know he's there. As far as bumping and throwing elbows, that's bike racing. I think everybody should get comfortable with bumping. That's just part of sprinting and bike racing. It has been forever and always will be. Looks like Johnny just lost the front group here for the sprint, so didn't really get an opportunity to sprint, but that's okay. Can't be part of them all. Gonna go ahead and show a picture here next of the women's podium. My girlfriend Erin and teammate Aaron finished second in the race today and second in the series. I felt that she raced the best race that she has ever raced, so congratulations, honey. I'm very proud of you. The team's proud of you. I know our coach is proud of you, so keep it up. We have a little bit of a gap coming up in the major race schedule locally. I think the middle of July is Rosewood Series 2 Race 1 at Piccolo, and then the next El Hueco race is not until the end of July. I am going to be in Girona with Aaron for pretty much the entire month of July. I intend on bringing my GoPros along, and maybe I'll make a couple different kinds of videos while I'm away so everybody can see what Girona's like. It's awesome to cycle in. I went there last year. It's beautiful, and it's super motivating to be around all the World Tour guys training on the same roads as you and drinking the same coffee you are at the same time. It's really cool. But until next time, I'm gone. Have a good July and rest of June, because there's no more races, and that's sad. See ya.